Today we are going to look at the infamous David vases, now located at the British Museum. These Chinese porcelain vases date back May 13th, 1351, a part of the Yuan dynasty. These vases were named after Percival David, the greatest ceramic collector.
So these blue and white vases were recognized by the inscriptions made on one side of their necks stating the purpose, date, and the presenter, Zhang Wenjin. Wenjin gave them as an offering to an altar of a Taoist temple for the general becoming a god.
Yes, and to add on, not only were they an offering, but a decoration to the temple itself. Considering that these vases were over 2 feet high and 8 inches across, signifies the general they were offered to. The blue and white porcelain are said to represent either the blue sky and white clouds or the blue sea and white sand.
The detailed intricacies include a naturalistic motion of the dragons, surrounded by different types of unique flowers and vines among multiple mythical creatures. The handles themselves are elephant-shaped and original bronze rings would have been attached. However, over time the artifacts wore out and they were broken off.
Yes, and it is intriguing how there is a gloomy reflection brought out by a clear glaze.
Going back to the coloring, the blue shade, which was known as Muslim blue, was cobalt that came from the Persian Empire. It signifies a combination of different cultural roots brought into one piece.
It really is truly unique that white porcelain from China and blue cobalt from Persia culturally blend into the David vases due to the Mongol Empire. This global interaction deeply evokes the market taste in products.
Persians had loved porcelain so much it had rose the demand of the product. It is also interesting to realize that Persians prohibited the use of gold and silver plates for eating due to considering it a behavior of the foreigners. They had then found Chinese porcelain as the closest to expensive taste. Blue and white porcelain was now the first truly luxury product globally.
In comparison with Ogata Kurin's Japanese screen painting, the red and white plum blossoms both have similar theme of nature that is apparent. Another similar aspect is how the red and white trees pop out against the dull stream. This is just like how the blue cobalt in the David vases pop out against the white background.
Ogata was in fact the origin of the Rinpa school that had influenced styles like Yamato-e. It is relatable to the point that the David vases have its symbols of nature and the red and white plum blossoms are decorated with flowers and streams. Rinpa schools specifically influenced techniques but had artists of different cultures to influence.
As you can see through evidence that the David vases were not only an offering, but the cultural combinations involved in this piece during its time. The Yuan period suggested a time of flourishing trade and global interactions as reflected in the David vases.